Hey guys, Lun here and welcome back to another Fortnite video. Today we're looking at the new patch, which is the 3.1.0 patch notes, and we'll be taking a look at what's new with the game. First though, if you find the video useful, smash the like button and we'll get straight into it. First then, let's take a look at the general changes, and there's not quite as many as there were in last week's update. First, controllers and mice now can be used in tandem. Changes to user interface. Notification user interface has updated animations and now promptly exits the screen when dismissed by an action. And it's added a confirmation dialog for exiting the game using the window close button on PC. To bug fixes then, ping times displayed in the net debug stats panel have been improved to be more accurate by removing frame times from the calculation. Removed some heavy hitching that could occur during texture streaming. Fixed issues that caused location text in Party Finder to clip into buttons, it now marquees properly. Fixed issues where the input icon for selecting the lobby player podium slot would disappear after switching tabs. And finally, it's fixed some memory leaks that resulted in crashes. On to Battle Royale then. Starting with weapons and items, the hunting rifle has now been added. Single shot rifle that has no scope and is effective at medium to long range. Uncommon and rare rarity, and it's found in treasure chests and floor loot. Adjusted the inconsistent drop rate for various weapon rarities. The burst assault rifle drop chance has been changed. Common has been decreased by 20%, uncommon increased by 60%, and the rare has been increased by 150%. Revolver drop chance has also changed. The common decreased by 10%, uncommon increased by 33%, and the rare increased by 75%. Finally, the tactical shotgun drop chance has decreased by 10% for uncommon, increased by 33% for rare, and increased by 75% for epic. These weapons had unnecessarily low drop rates as they progressed in rarity. This does not change the overall likelihood of finding these weapons, but it does increase your chance of finding a higher rarity version. Weapon bug fixes then, fixed discrepancies between crosshair location and muzzle firing location when shooting at close range targets, and it's fixed the shotgun collision inconsistencies when aiming through an opening or around corners. Next up then, gameplay. Minor adjustments to loot in the following locations. Snobby Shores, it's removed 13 floor loot spawn location and 4 chests. The industrial plot northeast of Flush Factory, that's removed 4 floor loot spawn locations and 3 chests. And the Tilted Towers, it's removed 8 floor loot spawn locations and 4 chests. The gameplay bug fixes include fixed issues where weapons would not equip because they were not preloaded. This resolved the issue in which weapons did not equip and did not function during the early game. Efforts have been made to address an issue where players are subtly unable to build in rare cases. Fixed a crash that occurred if players kicked the ball out of the Greasy Grove or the soccer stadium. Fixed some edge cases where players pushed up against ramp ceilings could toss grenades through the opposite side. Fixed the Boogie Bomb not properly refreshing its duration on a player who is hit with more than one. Fixed an issue that reduced the distance that the light on chests could be seen. Fixed the soccer snowboarding awarding points to the wrong side in Pleasant Park. On to role changes then, and we only have one thing. The new Lucky Landing point of interest has been added to the southern edge of the island. User interface, you can now receive party suggestions while in the lobby. Rich Presence now provides the player party size. Added new intro and outro animations to the party invite notifications. Invite notifications now close upon being clicked, and the presence text that is too long will no longer overlap the invite join buttons. For bug fixes, it's fixed an issue where you couldn't emote in lobby if a player left. Fixed an issue where change language to Chinese or Korean would not render the text properly. There was an issue that caused the 60 FPS mode to reset back to 30 after relaunching the game on PS4. An issue where the Party Finder dialog could double spawn. Fixed an issue where full parties would show as solo players and appear joinable. An issue where sometimes the invite join action wouldn't show correctly. And fixed an issue where the party bar sometimes wouldn't show party members while in a filled squad. On to art and animations then, re-enabled sprinting dust effect on low settings, and hipfire positioning is now maintained if a player fired recently and switched weapons. The bug fixes for art and animation include player jittering when sliding against the surface, issues causing other characters to not animate while spectating them after being eliminated, an issue where weapons were unholstered early when using emotes, fixed characters' body parts not animating at low frame rates, fixed shield visual FX not properly displaying on the airplane ace and crackshot outfits, and updated the flag on the arms of the USA Alpine ace to face the correct direction. To audio then, reduced the volume of the hand cannon audio to match that of the revolver, reduced the volume of the windmill found in Archery Acres and Fatal Fields. Bug fixes for audio include set the volume of Hidden Wind Peak back to what it was prior to version 3.0.0 from last week. Fixed an issue where building placement sounds would play repeatedly while skydiving if you had the pickaxe equipped in the lobby. Fixed an issue that caused the lobby music to restart every time it was attenuated to 0 volume because of music from emotes. Fixed an issue that could cause the storm audio to play from an invalid location in the map. And finally, the build mode click sound no longer plays while the player is downed. And last of all, guys, there are 2 changes to performance. Improved overall frame rates by using less CPU for characters that are far away, and it's optimized weapon load times and reduced their memory usage. And that is all the changes for the Battle Royale. And let's move on to Save the World. Gameplay. Spring It On continues adding new questline Brave Beginnings. They have added new group missions to all theaters. Currently the mission is Fight the Storm with encounters designed for 4 players. These missions allow 4 extra defenders to be used, and rewards for group missions should be roughly doubled except for Spring It On Gold. Impulse Grenade has been added. Blast enemies into the air and off cliffs. Use this to bounce yourself or your friends up to high to reach places, and this is a temporary power-up that will be removed from the backpack at the end of the mission. Dragonfire shotgun is now available in the weekly store. Shoot a cone of fiery death damaging all husks in the area, and heavy auto shotgun with a slower rate of fire and smaller magazine size. Damage of Dragon's Roar assault rifle has been increased by 20%. Voting has been added to the blue glow difficulty pylon. After inserting enough blue glow for a difficulty bump, the voting window will appear. Teams of 2 or 3 players will require 2 yes votes to increase difficulty, and teams of 4 players will require 3 votes. If votes pass, the team can vote to increase difficulty again if they wish, and if the vote fails, a 45-second anti-spam timeout is put into effect before another vote can take place. The deposited blue glow will be returned to the player who initiated the vote. Voting is not required in the mission with only 1 player. Training manuals to trap design and weapon designs used to evolve a schematic or person are now refunded when they are recycled or retired. This refund is in addition to the 1, 4, and 9 currently returned when you recycle or retire a rare, epic, or legendary item. Finally, change crit damage versus afflicted target weapon modifiers from 30%, 45%, and 60% to 45%, 67.5%, and 90%. Bug fixes then for weapons. The Dragon Rocket Launcher no longer roll magazine size perks. Rocket Grenade Launchers will no longer roll headshot perks. They are also now able to roll rare durability perks. Wooden Wall Spike Traps have had their reload speed perks removed and replaced with valid perks. Wall and Floor Launcher Traps have had their damage, critical chance, and critical damage perks removed and replaced with valid perks. Fixed an issue that allowed players to damage Lars Van during the timed encounters. Fixed small boxes of fireworks that dropped red envelopes from being destroyed by Husky propane tanks. Disabled the Play Now button for Want to Build a Hoverboard quest, since the quest is fairly dependent on players traveling to the right zone type. They have temporarily disabled the difficulty pylon in Denver, the bomb missions, to address issues with blocking track placement. And finally, players that play in maps much lower than their current level will have the party stats clamped, and they will continue to rebalance the stats clamping to make sure parties of mixed levels find the content appropriately challenging. On to hero changes then. IFF coding perk. Plasma pulse kills cause the constructor shield to regenerate at 15% of its normal rate for 2 seconds. Consecutive plasma kills refresh the duration. Soldier Berserk subclass. In a Pinch has been removed at level 12 perk and replaced with Up Close and Personal. The Kneecapper has replaced Up Close and Personal as the Berserk level 30 perk, and the Soldier perk Up Close and Personal has been reworked. Warcry applies 3 stacks of debilitating shots to nearby enemies. Removed kill reset timer in Fragment Generator perk and changed tooltips to represent the changes. Fragment Generator perk will counter no longer reset after 15 seconds. Phase Shift now continues some of its momentum when used in the air. Going Commando base damage has been increased from 13 to 25 damage, and the Going Commando is no longer flagged as a ranged weapon and does not benefit from debilitating shots. The Crescent Kick can now be used in the air, and it's renamed Radar Nomad to Radar Raptor. And the bug fixes for this one include the Dragon Days tactical perk now properly shows visual effects when triggered, fixed an issue that allowed survivors to be carried with Constructor's Bull Rush ability, fixed pitched angle for Teddy's arm guns when aiming at enemies, fixed an issue where the pickaxe would become unresponsive if players requeued actions mid-swing, fixed an issue that caused the soldier shockwave damage to be delayed, and the Outlander Shock Tower now correctly displays its lighting visual effects when attacking. Alright, user interface changes. You can now cycle through survivor squads without backing out. You can clear out all members in a survivor squad from a single action, and it's added keybinds to pop-up context menus. For bug fixes, the Dragon Days tactical perk no longer specifies ninja, fixed an issue that caused recycling node 2 and 3 in the skill tree to not display collection book upgrades under bonuses, fixed issues where pinning the cruise control quest didn't show the ride the hoverboard objective on the HUD when not completed. Schematic recycling and evolution is now temporarily blocked while the item is in the crafting menu. Finally, guys, we have audio, and we only have bug fixes. Fix audio volumes of mission reward music. Remove music event from the supply drop. Fix the issue with the music abruptly switching and sounding too loud, and that's added a second mix to alternate between the intro being more victorious and other which is more subdued. Fix dialogue attenuation, sound effects, and also not being played through the voice slider. Fix the loud music transition to mission reward. Fix the bonus success music event so that the high frequencies are less pronounced. Fix the combat score music periodically starting and stopping. Fix the loot tab restarting the music every time you switch to it. And finally, it's fixed the loot tab music getting stuck on. Well guys, that is basically it for this video. All the new additions, changes and bug fixes for this week's patch notes. Let me know what you think about all these things in the comments and whether you like the changes or not. Stay tuned for more upcoming videos, plenty of news, updates and guides as always. Make sure you're subscribed for that and notifications enabled as well to see videos as soon as they're released. Click on the links on screen for more similar videos, and guys, I will see you all again soon.